Hi, fourth graders.
Hi, guys.
Hey, we're really sad that we have to do this via a video. We'd much rather have you in the classroom learning with you. But we want to stay safe. So we want to go over a few things with you today on what your weeks ahead of learning will look like. First of all, when you pick up your materials, you're going to see a manila envelope like this. In with your bag, with your Chromebook, your reading book, your social studies book, and your
reading response journal.
Yep, your reading journal. So Mrs. Kimmel has something she wants to talk about that's going to be the first thing you see in your packet.
Right. So when you take out that packet, the first thing you're going to see is a letter that says Learning at Home. It's just talking about what we're going to expect from each week and then some accountability, how we can help you stay on track and learning, and how you'll be able to help us stay on track and get out of our pajamas every once in a while too. Okay? So that's the first page. What happens then after that is a schedule that you can keep. Some of your parents might like this, that you would actually be keeping on a time schedule, and it has specifically what you'll do during those times. Or you could use this other option, which is more of like a to-do list. It has all of the same things on it. One holds you to times, the other lets you choose what times. But even on this one, it's going to tell you how long you should be spending on those activities, because it's really important that you're getting in at least 2 to 3 hours of learning activities, and following our schedule, make sure that that happens and you're not stuck here in July learning instead of at the pool. Okay, so all of these activities come along with something else. Mrs. Tubin will go over work during those academic kind of classwork times that are listed. I'm going to go over how you will log the other times listed. So we have other times like creative time. It's going to be really important that you follow whatever Mrs. Martinez has down first, right, as your artwork. But once you get done with her stuff and you've logged all of that, then you can choose some other creative activities. I gave you some ideas. You don't have to stick with these at all. You could do Legos every day if you decide that's your creative time after you have logged and done Mrs. Martinez's work for that week. Okay? Another one in there will be a you choose activity. They're learning activities, but I have things even like Netflix shows that are learning, right? You can log those here as well. Anything that is learning related, you are logging right here, okay? There is another one that's just quiet time, because your whole house might want a little every once in a while, okay? You don't have to log that, just some ideas for you. Something I didn't put on there that I really love, and I think other people do too, is like journaling, gratitude journaling, something like that. And then teamwork ones. This will be how you guys can help be a good part of your team, just like you would in the classroom, cleaning up your stuff. Here's some ideas of how you can help around the house to do that, and you are logging what you're doing there. Mr. Meyer will also have an active spot. There is almost an hour and a half a day that we want you to be doing something with movement. Mr. Meyer has a log for you to keep you kind of on track that way. He has some ideas on there, but really it's anything that you want to do to keep you moving, okay? And then after you see all of that stuff, you will see your first kind of calendar of your weekly learning activities schedule. And Mrs. Tubin's going to talk about what that looks like.
So the front of that will be a colored sheet, and it will say week, whatever week we're on. Okay, I have a week 4 example, but obviously we will start with a week 1. So you'll see a colored sheet that says week and then whatever we're on. And behind that, you will see the schedule. So the schedule is set up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then for this one, Thursday and Friday are on the back, okay? So if you just go straight across on Monday, that is what we are going to expect you to do on Monday. On this schedule, we expect you to do a math activity on Monday, a reading activity on Monday, and then a social studies activity on Monday. And then we'll move on to the next day when the next day comes, okay?
And this sheet you're doing during your classwork time. So if you see where it says classwork, that's when you would pull this sheet out, and whatever work is associated with that day is done on that day. What day are you not doing? The next day. You're not doing the next day. We don't want you rushing through a whole week's worth of learning, because guess what? Then you just have to fill the classwork time. We're going to ask your parents to help you fill that with other classwork, because we're not just getting it all done and then sitting around for the rest of the week, okay? That won't be kind of healthy for you when we return to school.
So we tried to make it as close to what a school day would look like as possible. So you will find on your schedule that social studies, we're still only doing 2 days a week. Science, we're still only doing 2 days a week, because that's how it would be if you were at school. So we try to set it up as close to the week as possible for you. We ask you to remember that this is the first time we're doing this as much as it's the first time you're doing it. So there are things that could change throughout it. And we want you to keep an open communication and let us know when you have questions or what things aren't working for you, so we can help you as much as possible. You will find that a new week will come with a new color. So once you're done with week 1, when you flip to the next week, it will be a new color and it will say week 2, a new schedule, and then all the stuff that will go with that week.
And some things may carry on from week to week. Like we have a math packet that will bring you through for sure 2 weeks. You won't start it this week. This week we'll finish out with chapter 9. But then we have a new math packet starting week 2 and week 3, and that will carry you even into week 4, if we need week 4. So make sure if it's not in that packet you think it's supposed to be in, just check out the other ones. It may be there too.
Every single day, the last part of your schedule is a cleanup time, and that's really going to be important that you take the time then to organize the materials that you've worked on that day and stick them back into the envelope. Keep them in order, okay? Just keep flipping them over, stick it back into the envelope so that you know where everything is. And once again, you're helping your team of your house stay nice and organized for brothers, sisters, everybody else who's probably having to get their own work done during that time. It will be important that you return these materials to us. We don't know which of the assignments we're giving you that we will use as like our test grades. So it's really important that you expect any single sheet you do could be used as an assessment. So you're taking your time, you're putting forth your best effort. We're going to ask parents to be checking in with you. And if you're rushing through something or it looks like, gosh, he really didn't understand what he was doing there, you are going to have to redo it, just like you would if you were sitting at our table and you didn't get something and we have to go back and help you a little bit more, okay? I think that's...
Yeah, just a reminder, we are asking that you do classwork for 2 hours a day. That is a state requirement at this point for the distance learning aspect of our schedule. So it is really important that you are working on classwork for 2 hours a day. We will check in with you. We'll be sending more information about office hours, when you can ask questions. We're always available by email, but we're going to try to set something up either through Google Classroom or Google Meets or some other programs we're looking into so that we can talk to you and be here for you if you have questions or need clarifications on anything.
And that brings us to Google Classroom. If it were me, I would probably have you check that every day before you even get started on your classwork. It would be like kind of when you come in the morning and you have your morning mission, right? Your morning mission for you at home is to make your bed, get dressed, brush your teeth, eat some breakfast, sit down, open up Google Classroom and see what we have for you for that day. Because who knows, we may have kind of switched something around, or we have a hi that we want to, send out your way. So checking Google Classroom will be really important. All right. I think that's it kind of for now. We're going to sign off, say that we miss you guys like crazy, and it's only day 2. So we hope that we'll be able to talk to you and see you in some way soon. Bye, guys.
Hey,
we
take
miss you.
care.